Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 10 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Toyota. That's right, when you get behind the wheel of a powerfully capable Toyota SUV, life-changing moments full of joy are right around the corner. Toyota, let's go places. Got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. So yesterday, both the state of California and New York announced that all government employees must either get vaccinated or be tested weekly for COVID. The Department of Veteran Affairs also became the first major federal agency to require healthcare workers to get vaccinated. Now, in other news, today, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol will hear testimony from officers who were attacked and beaten by the rioters. Meanwhile, the final victim of the June 24th condo collapse in Surfside, Florida, has been identified, bringing the final death toll from the tragedy to 98. Now, in some good news, Atlanta's mayor, Keisha Lance Bottom, whose term will end in January, will join Clark Atlanta University's new leadership program, training the next generation of HBCU leaders. The university also announced that they will be clearing all current accounts balances to help students during the pandemic. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Well, I got a Tokyo Olympics update for you, man. USA women's basketball squad defeats Nigeria to win their 50th straight game in the Olympics, man. So they off to a good start. U.S. women's soccer team, they had a scoreless draw versus Australia, but they sealed the second place in their group. So they're getting ready to approach that knockout round. And knockout round means you win, you keep playing. You lose, you go home, all right? Naomi Osaka, tennis star, representing her country of Tokyo. She was defeated in the third round, so she had an early exit from the Olympics, man. Oklahoma State president rips Oklahoma for wanting to follow Texas and leave the Big 12 to join the SEC. This conversation is still continuing to move on, and Oklahoma State president pretty much saying, listen, man, how you going to follow Texas over to the SEC, and that's like your biggest rival of all time, and, you know, you want to go join them. That's pretty much what he's saying, man. So there's a whole lot more to go along with that little story. We'll keep y'all posted.
They're going to be sorry no matter where they go.
They better put them over there with
They're going to do a damn
Kentucky.
thing in the SEC, the ACC, BET, ESPN, nothing. They're still going to be sorry.
Hey, they want that money. They want that SEC money, and they want that attention. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? So, and it would also help them with their recruiting, because just think about it. If you Texas or Oklahoma, and now you're going to get a chance to play Alabama, LSU, Auburn, and all these doggone Texas A&M every single year, that's going to help with their recruiting. So, you know how it is. It's all politics.
I guess the Dallas Cowboys are going to be trying to get in the SEC next.
They need to. They need to swap teams.
Right.
Gary with the T, what's up there, Pip?
All right, y'all. Lizzo, honey, she spoke out yesterday, and a lot of people saying her fans might stop following her because she was a little bit rude to some of her fans, and people they don't believe she did that. Well, she went out on her Instagram Live, y'all, and she asked her fans to give her 6 feet of space for her physical and mental health because she doesn't want to contract the Delta variant of COVID-19. Now, she went on to say, y'all, quote, I don't care who you are. She said, you could be the nicest person. You could be vaccinated. She said, you could be quadruple vaccinated. She said, if you see me, please give me 6 feet. And then she said, this mess is coming back. She also said that it's COVID. She said, and people being real sloppy, y'all, with her personal space. Now, they're saying, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, COVID-19 cases in the U.S., y'all, have increased by 170% in the last 2 weeks, y'all, and 83% of that, y'all, have been caused by the Delta variant. Is that how you say it? Variant. She said, quote, if y'all see me in the streets, come up on me. She said, want to hug, want to shake my hand, want to kiss me on the cheek. She said, don't do it. She said, don't do it. She said, because I ain't lying. She said, I'm not trying to catch this mess, and that's not the word she used. She said, because this virus is definitely coming back. And she said, quote, I don't play that. She said, I'm about to be rude. She said, I'm nice. She said, you know what I'm saying? She said, but this virus is going to have me acting up, and I'm going to be mean, unquote. She have that right, I guess, but I guess if you just wear a mask and you go up to, you don't have to worry about,
You got to let people know.
Yeah, but even if you're wearing your mask, that's kind of like telling people don't come close or whatever.
But if I don't know you, I don't want you in my personal space.
Oh, well, I guess, but
setting a boundary is called a boundary.
Yeah. What about just walking up on you, putting their face in your face?
Setting a boundary.
Yeah, but Rick, she said a boundary, but she always be half naked here. She could catch COVID by that.
What does her clothes have to do with that?
What?
She's just setting a boundary. She doesn't want people too close. It's very simple.
Well, we're going to see, honey, how her record sales and stuff do, if she's going to be mean and stuff like that to people, honey. She said, I love y'all, but I want y'all to do the same way. She said, protect yourself and wear your mask. So,
you know how black people like to hug, jump up, and throw their arms around everybody's neck because they think that they know them, and it's annoying. Yeah. I'm just going to be honest. You know, you reach out, you start, see what the energy is. Start out with a handshake. You know, a lot of times you meet people, man, you extend your hand or whatever, just depending on what situation you're in. But you just can't be having people jumping up and hugging. I'm talking about they around the neck hugs. I ain't talking about around the waist to the side church hug. Jump up and hug you like y'all dating. They will.
Yeah, well, let's keep Lizzo lifted in prayer. All right, the color of the day, honey, is one of my favorites. The color of the day, y'all, is Cassis. On the high end, you say Cassis, and on the low end, you say beautiful dark burgundy. That's your color for the day. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, wait till I tell you how much Kanye is paying to stay at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium a night. Up next, it's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now is 29 before the top of the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by Indeed. That's right, with Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on your Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Y'all, reports say that Kanye West is paying $1 million per day to live in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Lord have mercy. A reporter, Karen Greer, tweeted, sources tell me Kanye is paying $1 million a day to stay in a locker room at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As previously reported, Kanye will live at the stadium until he completes his 10th album, Donda. And speaking of Donda, according to Pitchfork, an official rep has confirmed that the album will be out Friday, August 6th. Man, how many days is that for $1 million a day? It ain't even August yet.
I'll be out there running routes, get me a football.
Okay.
Keep redoing that February the 26th when Tua threw that bomb to Smitty, Bama against Georgia. Boy, that'll be a dream to live in the stadium.
Suiting up every day in that Atlanta Falcon uniform.
Have somebody bringing me a hot dog. Be sitting out there just like, oh my God.
He got a chef and everything. That's just a lot of money. I mean, there's so many really, really nice studios that you could just buy out for way less than that. But I guess it's Kanye. Well, it's reported, y'all, that Kanye's Donda listening party event, it broke Apple Music global live stream. And it beat Jeezy and Gucci Mane with 3.3 million viewers tuning in. So maybe he had to pay for some of that. Not that he needed, but God, that's just like a waste. It's a nice gesture maybe for 1 or 2 days. I know it ain't tricking if you got it, but that is a lot of money. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all, moving on. Last night, Keisha Cole gave her fans an update on how she's been after the death of her mom, Frankie Lons. Frankie passed away last week on her birthday after suffering a drug overdose. Keisha posted on her Instagram stories, the fact that DJ just gave me his code, shaking my head, and I have to care for my youngest, dealing with mom passing, planned Tobias' birthday, he turned into August 1st, I just can't. She continued, not gonna lie though, the hundreds of thousands of DMs I'm receiving, and my youngest, Tobias, keep me busy, and Daniel keeping me on him every day. And my endless family and friends coming by, even though they no, I'd rather be alone. Face palm emoji. She added that her family literally don't care and keep doing it anyway. She said that all she want to do is just lay there, be alone, and feel bad, but she does not have that luxury. Child, I would lock my door, not answer my... But I guess you can't do that when you have kids and stuff. You gotta... Life goes on and you gotta keep moving. So let's just keep...
Better when somebody show up on your damn front porch unexpected with some Popeye's chicken. So disrespectful.
That's how you gonna do me? That's how you gonna do me?
She FaceTime me at the door, knowing I'm trying to grieve over my granddaddy. Got and held up that big ass Popeye's chicken. I got my ass up and came to that door.
My arm was hurting too, boy. I was like, man, what do I do with all
That
this
was
chicken?
a lot of damn chicken.
I figured people was over. Shut up. Anyway, moving on, y'all. It looked like Cardi B is going to be due in September. She's asking the judge to delay her court trial with vlogger Tasha K because she will be giving birth the same week the trial will take place, y'all. So the trial was slated for September 13th, and Cardi filed a $75,000 defamation of character and slander in March of 2019. So hopefully the judge does do that for her and not have her come to court like the same week she's supposed to have her baby. I think that shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. All right, y'all, last but not least, the Neptunes. That's Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo. They're receiving their hard-earned flowers. Billboard has unveiled the staff picks for the 50 greatest music producers in the 21st century. While pop producer Mac Martin was listed number 1, the magazine staff listed Pharrell, the Neptunes, as number 2 and has been named the top producers in the hip-hop genre. They said, take your pick between Nelly's Hot in Here and the Clips Grindin', 2 very well-known 2002 classics. And on top of these hits, the Neptunes also produced Moneymaker by Ludacris, Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani, and Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. So resultantly, they've become iconic for these and more various hits throughout the 2000s. So congratulations to the Neptunes. We're going to wrap up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got Special K with the man law violations, and we got your wake-up call. So hit us up at 8669-RICKY. That's 8669 RICKEY. Time now is 25 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Special K got news you can't use. What up, K?
Well, you know what's one of my all-time favorites? Going to my Instagram at Special K913 and getting details on where I will be this weekend at the Arlington Improv. How about that? That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. Yes, sir. I am at the Arlington Improv this weekend, sir.
Boy, I'll be there.
That's a good thing, man. All right.
Let's go.
So, man law violations. This is not toxic masculinity. This is just us reminding guys of the things you just can't do because it's disrespectful and it makes your manhood suspect. All right? So let's get into it. That's all it is. Don't take it personal, but damn it, take notes. You cannot give another grown man a birthday card.
You can't? You sure
No.
cannot?
You cannot do that. I love Rock T. I love you. I ain't giving y'all no damn birthday card.
No, sir. No, sir.
And I ain't going to say what I just said in person. What is understood does not need to be spoken.
Yeah, you have to leave it on Facebook like, happy birthday, dog.
Yeah, and you gotta put dog at the end of it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You got to put dog at the end of it. Not no heart emoji.
Right.
Now, you should not be in any room in the house other than the bathroom or the bedroom naked unless you're going into or coming out of a smash session. There is no reason for you to be walking through your garage with no clothes on. That is why.
You can't.
Why you in the garage naked? No. The hell is going on? Like, seriously.
What kind of
You cannot sing along to Ashanti songs that like we just played unless you are all alone.
Yeah, I just
Sing
did.
along to them. And we
I
all
just
love
did.
Ashanti, but you can't sing our songs unless you're all by yourself.
Yeah, you definitely can't sing happy in the shower either. If you're a dude.
No, sir.
Or any song by Alicia Keys.
And if you with another guy, no matter how, and I had this situation the other day, no matter how bad you need it, you cannot ask him to scratch your back right quick. Like,
Golly.
No, you
you
can't.
cannot ask your homeboy, hey man, it's
God.
right there in the middle. Can you just like,
Now you can ask Gary to do it. I mean, I don't know if that's a man law violation,
oh,
but
it's not. No, it's not. No.
Gary,
I've asked Gary to scratch my back.
But you have, it's the way you say it. Gary, scratch the part right there.
And
Thank you, dog. Appreciate it.
Just for the record, Gary is a good scratcher. He's a good back scratcher. He scratched my
Well,
back.
I wouldn't know that.
Yep. Nope.
Oh, wait a minute. I might have just
You just violated your own doggone violation.
I might have just violated my own. If you have breakfast with other men, you can't say, hey, let me get some of that sausage. You got to find another way. Yeah,
You can't even
even if y'all both looking at the plate, you gotta find another way to say it.
Let's share that sausage, man.
Yeah, you can't say let's share that sausage. No, sir. All right, so if you walk into a public restroom, you ever walk into the gas station bathroom? It's just one stool and one urinal.
Right.
Okay, that don't mean two dudes can be in there at the same time.
Can't do that.
No, sir.
No, sir.
You gotta wait. Even if that means you about to have an accident, you gotta wait.
Right.
You just walk in there. And you can't sit in the passenger side of a car with your homie driving and you got your leg folded up under you. You cannot fold your one leg up under you.
Boy, Darius Bradford was sitting on the couch in the studio one day with his legs up under him. I said, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you got to unfold your leg, bro, if you're going to stay in here, bro. You can't.
Special K did it one day.
That.
Yeah.
Rick, Special K did it.
Man, we roasted the hell out. You sure did.
I sure did do it that time,
one of his legs.
Oh, man.
And he eat bananas all the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Well, bananas are a great source of potassium.
Break them. Got to break
Speaking
them
of
off.
eating,
It's how you eat.
you should never eat a white cream-filled cupcake in the presence of a woman. just don't do it. It's going to be on the side of your mouth. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Matter of fact, you should never eat a cupcake, period, in the presence of a woman and you're a grown man. Don't do that.
Man.
At a
Don't
birthday
eat
party, you
cupcakes.
could take a bite out of one and sit it down.
Yeah, man.
And then when the kids
but
go
you
back
got-
over there to the other side of Chuck E. Cheese, go ahead and turn your back and face the little band that's up there and just go and finish.
Yeah, but you can't eat it in her face if she was thinking, because she was thinking about breaking you off. You just messed it up when she saw you eating that cupcake. She just changed her mind. She just put the lock on it. It ain't even happening now. And if you're talking to another dude on the phone and you gotta go to the bathroom, man, hang up and call back. You can't stay on the phone while
Don't take the phone into the bathroom while you talking
Yeah,
to him.
no. Unless
Nah.
you're talking to your daddy or your granddaddy. No, sir. You cannot do that.
Take me out the groove, say please and thank you. Come on. Take me out the groove, say. Take me out the groove, say. Come on. 'Cause I'm blocking your line. All right. I'll ask you one thing. I said, take me. Come on. Out the groove, text. I said, take me. Out the groove, text. Not tomorrow, but take me. Out the groove, text. Right now, take me. I like that. Out the groove, text. Right now, take me. Out the groove, text. Who are all these people? Out the groove, all these different notifications. Out the groove, all this stuff I don't want to know about. Take me out the groove, text. Oh, that take me out the groove, text. Oh, take me out the groove, text. Right now. Right now. I said, take me out the groove. I said, take me out the groove. Take me out the groove.
Hold it! Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, what's up?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. They're saying she's a married woman. Issa Rae, y'all, is a married woman. Now, the former YouTube star married longtime boyfriend Louis Dion, y'all, in the south of France over the weekend. Now, y'all know who Issa Rae is. You know, she's one of the co-creators and co-writers from the television show Insecure on HBO. Where they're saying, y'all, that she was born Miss Jo Issa Rae Diop, honey, and she's best known for doing all what I just told you about, co-creating, co-writing, and being on Insecure. Now, they're saying that she gained her fame, y'all, from a YouTube web series called Awkward Black Girl back in 2011. Now, they're saying that Issa was nominated for multiple Golden Globe Awards and Primetime Emmy Awards, and people saying she looks amazing, but a lot of people are like, we didn't even know she was engaged. They didn't even know this girl was dating. But they're saying that Louis Dion, he's a how you say Senegalese? Senegalese. Senegalese businessman. They're saying he's very wealthy. They're saying he's doing a lot of banking in Los Angeles, California, and you know she's very much so happily in love. Now, people are saying that a lot of African American women, y'all, even though she's a Senegalese as well, but they're saying more women, y'all, from America are getting African men. They're saying that African men are much nicer, they have much more money, and they know how to share their lives with African American women as opposed to the African American man. So congratulations goes out to her. And I also say back in 2018, y'all, she won a BET Award for Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series. So good luck and congratulations, Issa Rae. All right, another celebrity news, y'all. We've been talking about Kanye West all week. You know, they're saying now that Kanye West abandoned his $14 million Wyoming ranch to come move out in Mercedes-Benz stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. But people are worried about his health, and they're also concerned about if it's a healthy thing because they've been reporting that Kanye West been wearing the same outfit for over 3 days, and people wonder, is it healthy to wear the same outfit 3 days in a row consecutive? You know, I don't know if it's the same underwears or not or what, but is that a healthy thing? Because is that only a black thing? Because they're saying that Europeans don't care if you wear your same clothes every day or whatever, but they're saying African Americans, we always make a big thing about if a person had on the same clothes more than one day. Do y'all know anything about that? Can y'all relate to that situation?
I mean, as long as they clean, I'm sure you can put them in a washing machine, clean them things up, or he can just have multiple versions of the same thing.
That's what I think. I think he has the same outfit probably 10 times if he wants to wear it. If that's the mood he's feeling, he may be feeling like a red mood for the whole week, and he may wear the same outfit.
You think? Even
though he got enough money, he's staying at the stadium for $1 million a night. If he want 15 of them outfits he got on, it's probably his own clothes. He probably has them.
Yeah. Well, I guess so, honey. So it doesn't bother me one way because I know because sometimes I wear the same clothes. It depends on if I'm tired, honey, and whatever's on the floor, honey, I pick it up and put it back on. Well, y'all go sit here.
That's not the same thing.
I mean, but at least don't throw it on the floor.
Yeah, wash that bad boy.
Who in the hell gonna wash the same clothes every damn day? Are you crazy?
Any normal person?
Well, who wears the same clothes every day, Gary?
Yeah.
If you think I'm gonna take one outfit and wash it just to wear it the next day, you crazy. If I didn't get dirty in the hell, I'm wearing it.
This is next to godliness.
Moving on, honey. Don Lennon, y'all, honey, he's defending Tucker Carlson, honey. They're saying a man recently sat down on the Tucker Carlson and called him the worst human being known to men, honey. And they said Don Lemon, honey, said that, honey, he didn't like that. He said, let me tell y'all this, honey, I don't like it. He said, I don't like it when people do that because I would not want it to happen to me. But I have mixed emotion because Tucker has done this to people before. And he said Tucker said some really nasty and silly things about him. He said, but on the next day they were in the paparazzi in front of his house, hiding, taking pictures. Lemon said, he said, and so I don't want it to happen to anyone. I don't want it to happen to Tucker. But this Tucker guy, y'all know anything about him? He's supposed to be Ricky, just a politician or whatever.
Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan.
I thought he was kind of bad. And you gonna say that too?
Well, the thing about it is, you don't want people to put their lives at risk for reporting in their beliefs, because we got black people like Joy Reid, we got different black journalists on the air, and we don't want people on the right side attacking them and putting their life at risk, because if it's okay for anybody to do that to journalists just because of their opinion, then it's open game for everybody, because it puts them at risk. Something happened to Tucker, somebody probably going to go out and try to do something to Don Lemon. So, he's probably speaking from the perspective of a journalist, even though they might disagree and be on, Kay, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So, it's best to just, hey, add him on Twitter or something like that. But, yeah, you don't violate nobody's personal space. When that's just a general rule.
Oh, okay, we're going to pray.
Flip them off and keep moving.
Okay. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Cassius. On the high end, you say Cassius, and on the low end, you say beautiful dark burgundy. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 24 minutes after the hour, time for the wake-up calls. 866-9 Ricky. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Because he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Want to know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hey, good morning. This is Liz from New Orleans. Get my power walk on this morning, calling to wake up my babies, Terrence and Kelly. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Just want to wake up all of Southwest Houston. Wake up, wake up, wake up. From Underdog in Eustis, Florida. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Austin and Alicia.
My name is Brenda. I'm from Lorraine. Time to wake up the dead. Play some funky music. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, Black Tony. Get your ass to work.
This is Janet from Kansas. I listen to y'all every morning. Y'all rock. Y'all motivate me. Keep it going. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Gang of cities tuned in, locked in.
Hey, thank you.
Let them know. Come on, Charleston, wake up. Baton Rouge, wake up. Tallahassee, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Montgomery, wake up. Columbus, wake up. And Albany, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brent.
You welcome, Rickey.
Black Tony, what college you went to?
I went to high school. Hey, tell Jalan I'm trying to holler at him. So I need to get a new number. He got a new number. I need to holler at him. I got something for him. But look, son.
Ja. Did he hang up?
You ain't got nothing. Nah, you ain't got nothing for me. You ain't got.
I got something for you, cause I'm gonna hit you later on today, son. But look,
Ja, you want me to get Black Tony your new number?
Nope. And every time I had any dealings with Tony, it went bad. Never again.
It went bad.
This the real deal right here. This got to do with Kanye West down at the stadium. Hey, but look,
yeah,
Rick, I ain't gonna be the other day, Shotty, cause it's you know how you is about family, Shotty. You know how you.
Bro,
is
I just
about
knew
family.
you was downstairs. I just knew you was downstairs.
Man, Shotty, I've been up all night. I'm so tired right now, Shotty. I'm wore out because my my big mom, my grandma mama stayed with us too,
your great grandma.
Yeah, we had a little situation last night. I ain't been asleep, so I've been up all night.
What happened?
I'm so tired, Shotty, right now. They were trying. My auntie and my mom was trying to put an S curl, like a Jerry curl, like a little curl kid in my great grandmama health, because she going to Biloxi this weekend and she wanted to look cute.
All right, let me get this right. So they're trying to put a Jerry curl in your great grandmama hair because she going to Biloxi this weekend.
Yeah, but she in a wheelchair, so they had tipped the wheelchair back to try to wrench it out.
Yeah,
in the same, but they were taking a long time and they ain't had no
neutralizer.
Yeah, they would use the Ajax, the dishwashing liquid, but it kept bubbling up real bad, so it took them a long time to wrench it out. And then the wheelchair had tipped over. She kind of slid down on the floor, and she big. We've been trying to get her back up in the wheelchair all morning, and it just taking a long time.
You can't see you lying.
It's just taking a long. I'm just tired and I'm upset because we had to just leave her there and let her go to sleep. It's on the floor asleep in front of the sink. We're gonna start trying it again.
Man, just stop, Black Tony.
Man, just say you ain't coming to work, brother.
You've been working hard and dedicated, day in and day out, day and night. In the midnight hour, you're hurting your eyes by watching the school, trying to get the education, trying to learn knowledge that you might not even use. But that's okay, because I'm required. Can I get a witness if you say I'm required? So watch it. I'm gonna reload the page and we'll see what happens. See what happens.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 5 after the hour, y'all. Listen, the segment's being brought to you by Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card. You can earn 3% cash back on online shopping, making the essentials even more rewarding. Copyright 2021, Bank of America Corporation. Bank of America Corporation. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Kanye West, we all know Kanye West is, in the process of recording his album, Donda. Well, now people are talking about it because Jay-Z has a part, doing a track with Kanye on this album, and a lot of people are saying that Jay-Z should be ashamed of himself what he's putting Kanye through. Now, let's go back, and you remember now back in 2016, I think it was, or what have you, Jay-Z and his beautiful wife, Beyonce, refused to go to Kanye's wedding, y'all. And, Kanye was very hurt about it. He talked about it back in 2018 when Jay-Z and Beyonce skipped the wedding. He said, quote, respectfully, he said, I have to say that I was hurt that they didn't come to the wedding. He said, I understand that they were going through some things, but if it's family, you're not going to miss a wedding. unquote. And that's what the poor Kanye West said. And people trying to say that, Kanye has mental problems. But Jay-Z is playing on this man's feelings now. It's being reported that Jay-Z's there or was there to be with Kanye during the recording of Donda. But they're saying once he found out that Kim Kardashian was there, he was livid. And they're saying that he gave a certain look and, kind of made implication about that he wasn't really happy because Kanye had told him that he and Kim Kardashian were no longer together. But Kim did show up at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, honey, for the recording of Donda, and they're saying Jay-Z was upset about it. But it's a sad thing because if Jay-Z was supposed to be this man's friend, and I don't understand how friends operate, because if Jay-Z and Beyonce were friends with Kanye once upon a time, then they broke up friendship or whatever, and now that this man is going through a turbulent divorce, now all of a sudden he shows up grandstanding and want to be on the man album with him and stuff, knowing that Kanye may still have these alleged mental problems and stuff, and that's just not a good look. So I don't say, how does friends do that? Because if y'all friends, you're friends. Now, if his wife doesn't like her wife, I mean, they should at least sit down and talk about it, don't you think? Say, well, Beyonce feels a certain kind of way about Kim because she feels that, she has these tendencies that just not lined up with Beyonce's Southern values. Or should he just dog his friend out like that, and then when the friend say, I'm divorced, now let's hang out, I can do some music with you? Is that how that works? Do y'all know? Because I know Brad and Kanye from the affluent side of Chicago, as opposed to the other side where he's not used to going through stuff like this with friends and what have you.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. He's from the South Side. It's not an affluent side. I mean, no, he used to going through stuff. What are you talking about, Gary?
He's not used to people doing that. I mean, like Beyonce and Kanye. Jay-Z dogged him out and didn't go to his wedding, honey, and didn't show no love. But now all of a sudden, since Kanye is going through divorce now. Jay-Z allegedly runs out of the woods now. I could be your friend now because you and your wife divorced.
Gary, all friends go through situations, and we don't really know the real story of what happened between them. Only they know. So let's not do that.
Yeah, but we know Kanye was hurt about it. He talked about it. I just read you.
He did, and however him and Jay-Z handle that, they're homeboys, and they'll figure it out. Friends go through things.
There couldn't be that much too much homeboys that he abandoned him during his time when he wanted him to be with his wedding.
Leave it alone, Brad. Leave it alone, Brad.
All right, just
no, Brad. Because the listeners want to know. People need to know because if you friends with somebody, why should I break up friends of my friendship with you?
You've never had any situation with any of your friends, Gary, where maybe you was mad at them for a second and didn't do something, but then eventually you realized they were pretty decent people and you kept them in your life. That ain't never happened to you.
No.
Okay, well then you ain't got no friends.
Gary.
Then come on, Gary, don't do that.
I feel bad though.
People have arguments and disagreements, and they make up. It's okay.
Yeah, but this man needed him, but now all of a sudden you want to come grandstand because he's doing a new album. That's what I'm talking about.
That is not why. You think Jay-Z needs to be on Kanye's record for what? He doesn't need that. They resolved their issues probably, and he's there for him now. That's all that matters. Let's just give a good old hand clap and some love to that.
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for Poe Kanye.
Don't feel bad for nobody. He's going to keep going. He's going to keep going.
Moving on, y'all, because y'all are not empathetic at all.
No, you ain't.
Yeah, I am, because, honey, I feel bad for Kanye. That man was going through mental problems, honey. He needed his friend to be there with him, and then he's going to turn his back. You're kicking a dog when he's down, and then you're going to turn your back on him now that the man got a new album coming out. Now you want to come grandstand and give it out them little cheap $200,000 necklaces that he was giving out to people and stuff, honey. So, no, I don't like that. But anyway, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, congratulations goes out to Bambi and Scrappy. Y'all, they welcome their baby number 3, y'all. Her name is Little Miss Callie Richardson. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the TV couple Bambi and Scrappy, as they welcome their 3rd child together now. They say Bambi delivered a healthy baby girl yesterday, and her husband Scrappy, y'all, was there to excitedly capture y'all all this. Now, they said that Scrappy initiated y'all let the folks know that their daughter was there, and they shared beautiful photos of Bambi and the baby girl in the hospital bed, and they're saying that Scrappy penned, y'all listen to this, a sweet message to his wife, and their blessings, honey, were shared all over, and they named their little girl Little Miss Callie Richardson, y'all. And here's what they said: God is absolutely the greatest. I tell you, I've never been perfect, but God blesses me as if I'm dope. He said, it feels so amazing, and I feel so complete when he blessed me with all my babies. Now we've made it to my 4th child and gifted me with one more life to protect and guide in his way. I want to thank my wife, honey, and for having this baby, and congratulations. It's amazing how men could change, later on in life and stuff. Rappers could change and stuff, after they do, some of the things, and then,
it's not about rappers.
Well, but this just happened to be a rapper, even. Isn't that beautiful? And it's just nice, honey. So congratulations to Scrappy and to Bambi, honey, and all the family, and Erica, because Erica has a child with Bambi as well. So congratulations to them, y'all. That's great. Now, they also have a son named Braylon, and there's another baby girl named Zylo that they had, too. So he has a 15 daughter, Miss Imani Richardson, with Erica Dixon. So congratulations to Scrappy. So this is a good look. And, when a man loves a woman, this is a great look, y'all. So congratulations goes out to him. Now, most men should be this way, with their kids, honey, and love them.
Damn, Laura Govan fine. I ain't even know who. I'm sorry. Having a straight ADHD.
Oh, my God.
Came across my damn phone. Man.
But, Ricky, she kind of like she gained a little weight. She ain't all that cute,
man, let me get off her page. Let me get off her page with 1.1 million followers. Let me get on. How this, what in the ADHD just happened?
But that man had a
what
nice
you were saying? What you were talking about, Gary?
The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Cassius. On the high end, you say Cassius, and on the low end, you say beautiful dark burgundy. That's your color for the day, honey. But you got issues too.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all. One of the reasons it's difficult to hold police officers accountable for wrongdoing is that they are protected by the legal principle called qualified immunity. Now, joining us this morning is Cal State Los Angeles Pan-African Studies Professor Dr. Melina Abdullah. She is a Howard University grad who received her PhD in political science from USC, and she's an expert on race, gender, class, and social movements. Dr. Abdullah says that getting rid of qualified immunity really is at the root of police reform. Good morning, Dr. Abdullah, also known as Doc Melly Mail on social media. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning to break all of this down for us. So let's get right to it. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Doc Melly Mail. Absolutely.
Good morning.
Explain to us how qualified immunity is one of the key factors that allows police to get away with murder in so many cases.
Sure. So when someone is killed by police, there's basically three avenues that they have for seeking justice. One is disciplinary action against the officers, getting them fired. The second is prosecuting them, but that's extremely rare. So over the last 20 years, about 22,000 people have been killed by police in this country, and only 6 officers have actually been convicted for those murders. So that's extremely rare. What we saw with Derek Chauvin almost never happens. So the third avenue is civil rights lawsuits, and that's where we see the most semblance of justice, the greatest semblance of justice, where families bring these officers to court and sue them for civil rights violations against their loved ones. Qualified immunity acts as a shield to protect officers, to prevent officers from being held accountable for violating the civil rights of people like Andrew Joseph III, who was a 14-year-old boy who was murdered in Tampa, Florida, at the hands of Hillsborough County sheriffs. They say that even if those officers violated the civil rights of our people, they don't have to be held accountable because they have something called qualified immunity. They were acting on behalf of the state, so they can't be held liable.
I want to know how this doctrine started in the first place, because in most occupations, professionals are held more accountable when there's bad conduct, not less. So why do the police officers get this again?
Right. So we have these police associations, right, who lobby for extra protections rather than extra accountability for police. And so what they've been able to do is bully and bribe elected officials to say we should have special protection. So politicians are really scared of the police lobby. So they've allowed qualified immunity, which is just a legal doctrine. It's something that the court kind of invented in 1967 to say that's, again, as the police lobby grew more powerful, to say that police don't have to be accountable. And if you think about what if doctors didn't have to be accountable if they killed you on the operating table, right? this is not something that's prevalent in other professions. Only police get these special protections. So we absolutely have to end qualified immunity if we want any semblance of justice for the people who are killed by police. And that's our people, primarily black people who are killed by police and get absolutely no justice, no semblance of justice. So ending qualified immunity is an absolute imperative.
So what kind of impact does this have on the victims of police violence or their families who now have to live without their loved ones, such as Andrew Joseph?
So I'm so glad you asked that, because what it does as well, like, it's a set of legal doctrines, right? So when we think about Andrew Joseph III, who was 14 years old and was killed on February 7th, 2014 in Tampa, Florida, what it's allowed them to do is really drag out this legal process. So for the last more than 7 years, Andrew's parents have been trying to get justice, but qualified immunity allows police to actually go into court and block every time they try to come into the courtroom and get a day in court, get their day in court. So it's dragged this process out for more than 7 years. And talking with lawyers, I organize with Black Lives Matter, and we work closely with organizations like National Lawyers Guild. And talking with those lawyers, they say that on average, families, these civil rights lawsuits drag out for about 8 years. They've seen some of the family members die from the stress. They've seen them have to have counseling. They've seen them have breakdowns. One of the lawyers that I was talking to, Olu Orange, said one of his clients is now on dialysis because he has kidney failure because of the stress of being in court for more than 8 years. So we have to think about the ongoing trauma, not just did they lose a loved one, but how the system is piling more and more trauma on these families.
We're speaking with Cal State Los Angeles Pan-African Studies professor Dr. Melina Abdullah. So what needs to happen to change the law or even get rid of the qualified immunity doctrine altogether?
So it's really actually easy. It's just a matter of political will. There's two ways we could do it. One, courts could reverse themselves. Courts could decide that this is an unjust legal doctrine. And strangely, you know, we don't usually say anything good about Clarence Thomas, but strangely, Clarence Thomas has actually started speaking out against this. It's possible that the Supreme Court could overturn qualified immunity. The second way, which is even easier, is all Congress has to do is pass a law. Because statute would rule in this case. There is no statute that has to be overturned. There is no constitutional right to qualified immunity. So Congress could end qualified immunity. So we're asking, Black Lives Matter is asking the Biden administration and Congress to take immediate action, especially in the name of Andrew Joseph III, but also in the name of the more than 1,100 people who are killed by police in this country every single year. And people can sign a petition. That's available at tinyurl.com/We Must End Qualified Immunity, tinyurl.com/We Must End Qualified Immunity. And there's lots of information on the blacklivesmatter.com website. But again, it's easy. We just have to pressure our elected officials, pressure our politicians who got in because we voted for them to make this happen.
Dr. Melina Abdullah, thank you so much. Thank you again for getting up so early to talk with us this morning. For those who want more information, where can they go?
Go to blacklivesmatter.com and follow what's happening to Andrew Joseph III. So if you could just follow the hashtag Andrew Joseph III.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Eva.
Love you, Doc.
Love you.
Hey, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Melina Abdullah.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Hey, good morning, Jeff.
What up? What's going on, brother?
Man, blessed, man. Happy to have you this morning. I know you got a lot.
Good to be on. I don't know if you all have talked about it already, but it's been reported that Simone Biles is leaving the team competition of the Olympics.
Yeah.
She has had an injury, and they haven't been totally clear on what the injury is. She did a vault, lowest vault score she's ever received. Came back with a wrapped leg, but they haven't yet reported specifically what it is. It's yet to be determined whether she's going to compete in some of the individual events or not. That remains to be seen, but I think taking her out of the team competition is an attempt to ensure, if it's possible, that she's going to compete in those individual events throughout the rest of the week. So for those of y'all that are praying, folks, please lift her up, as we do not want to see a rest of the gymnastics competition without her. Second thing is, Rick, you know well, and a lot of us are still talking about what happened on January 6th at the Capitol, and today the Select Committee is going to hear testimony from 4 police officers, 2 Capitol police officers and 2 D.C. officers. Right. Many of them have already given public accounts of what happened, so I don't know if there's going to be new information that's given, but they are going to talk in detail about how they were attacked, what they saw, who they saw. They're also going to talk about some of the challenges that the Capitol Police in particular are facing and some of the things that they need to be able to effectively defend the Capitol. And so, I'm still curious about what this whole committee is going to bring, because it's one thing to have the committee, have these conversations, have testimony, but if it doesn't translate into indictments, if it doesn't translate into jail time, then I'm confused about what the overall purpose is, but I went to public school, so maybe somebody else can tell me. The third thing I want to talk about, Rick, is you and I have someone that we at least admire, who is running in a special election taking place in next week in Cleveland, and that's Nina Turner. Right. Many of you know of Nina Turner, know who Nina Turner is. She's a former city council person, former state representative, gained a great deal of attention when running for Secretary of State, and then was really one of the right hands to Senator Bernie Sanders, which created some really interesting realities for her. And so what I'm a Clevelander, Rick, you know that. Like, that is home, that is where I was raised, that is a city that made me. And so I've been paying attention to this race. And in full disclosure, I have given to Nina Turner's campaign. So I wanted to be clear. I don't want nobody coming out the woodwork saying that I didn't give full disclosure. I support her. But what's been interesting, Rick, is that she was way up in the polls early in this race. Almost, I think almost to 50%. And number 2 was like undecided. And then a county councilwoman who's really coming up is was who was next. And what I find interesting, and I'm this story is interesting for me, Rick, because it's not just about Cleveland. It really is about where I think the Democratic Party is, and what I'm seeing that I am not comfortable with is that I think there are people and listen, Chantel Brown, who's the county councilwoman who's running against Nina, I actually don't have anything against her. She seems to be a principled elected official that's doing all she can. She runs the county Democratic Party, but she was getting demolished, Rick. And then there became a whole lot of money from a whole lot of places outside of Cleveland. Because the word on the street was that there were those within the power structure that said Nina's not the right kind of Democrat. And we're seeing this happen in a lot of districts where not so much just the old guard, but I think those that don't see themselves as either ultra progressive or ultra liberal are saying that those that aren't the kind of Democrats that they want in Washington, D.C. And we saw that with AOC's race. We've seen that with other races. And it's interesting right now to watch who's coming into Cleveland for who and what the talking points are. And I just think it's really important that those of us that are in local communities, so I'm talking to the folks in Cleveland, are really clear about who you believe is best for you. And while I support Nina, you may not believe that. I just don't want to see folks from outside, whether it's the Congressional Black caucus PAC, which is putting money on the ground there, whether it is members of the elite from either side of the camp that are coming in and descending on the city. We got to make sure we own the races in our local communities and not allow the vast sums of money that are coming in from either dark money. Because here's what's crazy, Rick. You got Republicans and members of the Democratic Party supporting the same candidate against Nina. And I just find that incredibly interesting. Wow. I hope you all do too. And I hope that you will use your own time and energy to research where those dollars are coming from and who you want. And I say all that not just for this race, but as we get ready to be in a serious midterm cycle, to know who the hell is paying for who to be in these races, because that in large part says who doesn't want who to get what. And we got to be super clear about that. So everybody get out and vote in this next week's race. If you live in the district in Cleveland, I should say in Northeast Ohio, excuse me, and make sure that you vote your conscience, that you vote who you believe is best going to serve the district, and just be really careful, y'all, because there's some crazy stuff going on the ground in that city. I could say a lot more, Rick, but I don't want to put negative attention on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, and I will find a place to be a little bit more aggressive about the BS that I think is going on the ground there. But I just think it is a testament. If we're going to talk about voting rights and access to the polls, we also got to be really clear about where money's coming from, who it's coming from, and why it is coming there.
Right.
That's it. Them three things I got. Y'all can hit me at Jeff's Nation on all social media. Love to hear from y'all. Have a fantastic Tuesday, brother. Talk to you on Sunday.
Hey, appreciate you, Jeff.
I mean, she's a great girl, but she did so many things to me, Delilah. It was just
what did she do?
Really tough. I mean, man, she slept with my brother, and he was in the military. He was a Marine, and she thought he was a tough guy, and man, she hated my mom, and she was so rude when she come over to that.
That's what I like, because I like to tell people all the time, honey, if you don't know me by now, you'll never know me. You'll never know me, baby. Okay?
When she gets to that point,
that's right. Yes, that's it. Yes, that is it, baby. Yes, that is that part, baby, when Miss LaBelle screams, honey.
We got to find out. We'll do a Patti LaBelle week.
Because
she
what
got
about
something.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes? They had a version.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Kenny Gamble and Huff are the ones who wrote the song for Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, honey.
Oh, so they the original.
Yes, the original, honey.
But Patti LaBelle tears
yes,
it up.
Yes, she did. But that part that you just said, that's my part, honey.
That when she gets to the end, you ain't seen Patti LaBelle perform that song right there. You're a shout.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Got your front page coming up. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Kiki. Kiki, what's up, Kiki? Kiki, you wanted to hear that 50 Cent? You wanted to hear that 50 Cent, right?
Yes, I wanted to hear that 50 Cent, Ricky. That's my jam. I be taking it to the flow. Sometimes in the club, body full of grub, my mind, I got you need. In the Minnesota, in the in the club. Come give me a hug. That's all they be asking me to do.
Come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki, with the lyrics.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Hey, Kiki.
Hey.
Why you got an attitude with Special K?
They always trying to holler at me. Stop.
Oh, no.
That ain't nothing but good morning.
Oh, yeah. You always trying to holler.
I don't be up in your DMs.
Play with little boy. Huh?
I don't be up in your DMs. Go on now.
Oh, boy, you be lying. Ricky, he be texting me. That's why you perspired this top 3.
Oh, that's right. Top 3 text messages I hate getting from dudes, Kiki. That's what. That's top 3. What's number 3, Kiki?
Number 3. Oh my gosh, dudes always talk about what you doing. You is not for the WYD me to death. Plan us something.
Right. Yeah, why people do WYD? Why don't you just say what you're doing? Is that a man law violation?
If you send it to another guy, yeah, it is.
Right. Yeah, you can't even ask another dude what he do. All right, Kiki, what's number 2?
In general, you can't even ask that.
Number 2. Oh my gosh. I hate what's up, pretty? Hey, pretty. Pretty, you're a pretty girl. Pretty. Why you only texting me pretty? Cause you can't spell gorgeous. You can't spell gorgeous. That's your damn problem. Read a book so you can know how to spell gorgeous, cause that's what I'm in.
Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, a lot of time we when we can't spell a word, we find the other word with the same meaning that we can. Is that synonym or homonym? Which one?
You said
Oh my
synonym.
God.
Yeah, synonym. All right, there you go. All right, and what's number 1, Kiki? Huh?
Number 1. Oh my gosh, the number 1 thing. See, I hate when they text me back something stupid. When I text you something sincere. All I asked one time for this dude, I text him, excuse me, could you please bless my cash app? Bless my cash app. This boy gonna hit me back talking about, Father God, in the name of Jesus, take this girl cash app in a mighty way. Bless it, let it run it over, Father God. Lord, I ask you to just make it so much, fill it up. Don't give her crumbs, Lord. Give her a whole meal. Don't give her a snack, Lord. Turn her cash app into a full-course damn meal. I ain't saying bless it like that.
Well, how you wanted to bless it, Kiki? You wanted him to put money in it, right?
Put money in it. See, that's why I get so upset, because I can't flex on my friends because dudes act stupid. Like right now, I'm in the car with my girl. I can't believe she been shutting up this whole time because y'all was talking. And she gonna tell me she don't let no dudes text her. They need to call her. Ain't that what you said, Tasha?
That's right. You ain't gonna text me. You gonna call me. You gonna call me.
Tasha, why you don't like the text, Tasha?
Cause I want to hear your voice and see if you mean it, Ricky.
Yeah.
I'm coughing. Ricky.
Yeah.
My ex, he gonna text me, he gonna call me and leave a song on my voicemail singing to me like I'm supposed to take him back.
What he was singing, Tasha?
Somebody's gonna take you back.
What he was singing?
Do I ever cross your mind? Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? And I love that part when he says,
you sound like a dog that just got hit by a car. What is that?
Like, I'm not gonna go back with him, but I do like when he say that part.
And what he says, say it again for the people that just tuned in, Tasha.
Okay.
Tasha, you are fogging up the windows. I can't see out your car.
What is that, Tasha?
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 27 after the hour, y'all. Front page news is being brought to you by America's Best. Don't overpay for eyewear. Visit America's Best and get 2 pairs and a free exam for just $69.95. It's not just a better deal. It's America's Best. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcil, here with a quick look at your front page news. So as the COVID-19 Delta variant spreads and case numbers rise, more employers are requiring workers to get vaccinated. New York City will require its workers to be vaccinated by mid-September or face weekly testing. California and the Department of Veterans Affairs also issue mandates requiring vaccines. Now, in related news, for those that are suffering lingering symptoms of COVID-19, like breathing issues, memory loss, chronic pain, that could be referred to as long COVID. Well, President Biden announced yesterday that long COVID could be considered a disability under federal law. President Biden also announced yesterday that the U.S. combat mission in Iraq will officially come to a close at the end of the year, but troops will remain in a supportive role. Meanwhile, today, House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol will hear testimony from officers who were attacked and beaten by rioters. Meanwhile, the final victim of the June 24th condo collapse in Surfside, Florida has been identified, bringing the final death toll from the tragedy to 98. And finally, guys, be careful out there in this heat. Over 35 million people from the Northwest down to the Louisiana Gulf Coast are under excessive heat warnings and watches. The heat wave will last through the week. T, I see there's some breaking news about Simone Biles in the Olympics. So what's going down in space?
Already, man. If you guys just waking up, Tokyo Olympics update. USA women's basketball squad defeats Nigeria to win their 50th straight game in the Olympics. U.S. women's soccer team had a scoreless draw versus Australia, but they sealed their second place in pool play, so that means they're getting ready to move to the knockout round. So it's pretty much you win, you keep playing, you lose, you go home. Naomi Osaka defeated in the third round. Early exit out of the Olympics, so she'll be heading back to the crib. And yes, the breaking news. Reigning Olympic champion Simone Biles out of the Tokyo gymnastics team final due to an apparent injury. Her teammates fell short of winning their third straight Olympic team title. Russia wins the gold medal, and of course, U.S. finished second and wins the silver medal. They'll continue to monitor Simone Biles' injury to determine if she'll be able to continue and compete in the individual final events. So we're going to keep Simone in prayer, and hopefully she can get back out there and compete in her single Olympics events. That's what I have right now for sports. Brett got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BRAT.
All right, y'all, this is the bottom of the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by Indeed. That's right. With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on your Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Snoop Dogg has shared an update on his mother after she was hospitalized for unknown health reasons. He recently took to his Instagram to share with the fans the current situation of his mom, Beverly Tate, amid her hospitalization. He said, "Happy Sunday. Me and my brothers went to see Mama today, and she opened up her eyes to see us and let us know she's still fighting. God is good. Thanks for all the prayers. One day at a time." So Snoop has yet to specify the exact reason of his mom being hospitalized, but he has shared a few online posts asking for fans to pray for her recovery, and he also thanked his mom for not giving him up. So we sending prayers out to Snoop's mom that God will heal her and bring her out of her condition. All right, y'all, moving on. LeVar Burton, he began his stint on Jeopardy as a guest host yesterday. Everybody remember LeVar Burton, right? From the Sesame Street and all that stuff. And
Roots.
Electric Company. Well, we remember Roots, but I'm saying he was on all that other stuff, too. Roots. Everybody said Roots.
Kunta Kinte.
Yes, he was.
Hell
yes,
yeah.
he was.
And then James Evans played Toby.
Reading Rainbow. Don't do that. Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yes, Reading Rainbow.
Come on. So back in November, y'all, his fans created a Change.org petition asking ABC to hire him as the new host of the network's beloved game. Well, when Robert Roberts asked him how was guest hosting different than you expected, he said, "I wasn't prepared for how awestruck I was when I was going to that set, and to be standing there at the podium looking into the audience, because as an audience member, we never see that dynamic. It caught me off guard. It was really a powerful, world tilting on its axis moment for me." He will host Jeopardy from July 26th to the 30th. I think he'll be a great host permanently. What y'all think?
I want Samuel L. Jackson to host.
No.
And
you want to disrupt Jeopardy.
and let him say whatever he wants to say. That ain't what it said. It says mother.
Be the number one rated show on TV.
You're supposed to say what is before the mother question.
Or the boxer from Harlem Nights.
Oh, no,
you just gave Saturday Night Live an idea for a skit.
That's what I want, yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Taxi!
Boy, if they let the boxer from Harlem Night host Jeopardy.
Boy, they asked one question for the whole show.
The whole show.
Hell yeah.
Are you ready for the fight, Chip?
Hell yeah. I'm knocking somebody the out. You understand what I'm saying? I understand now.
You know what? Forget it. Coming up next, y'all, we got Talking Out Tuesday with your next spring, and we got the praise mix down. Oh my God, the time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley.
It's Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Unetta Spring.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is Talking Out Tuesday. Listen, man, y'all please help me welcome licensed professional counselor Unetta Spring.
Hey, y'all. Good morning, Ricky. How y'all doing?
Man, we blessed. Happy to have you back because this month is Minority Mental Health Month, and you've been talking about exposing the lies in July. And basically the lies we tell ourselves or the lies that we have been taught to believe. So what lie do you want to expose this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So the lie we're exposing this morning is that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Okay. So this is a big one, right? This is very common, especially for minorities and communities of color. And commonly it's because of how we define strength in our community. You know, really being able to navigate the strong black woman and the strong black man complex, you know, can really hinder our ability to receive the support that we need. You know, so as humans, we are wired for connection and support, you know, so I think it's important to highlight that support is not something that's gender or cultural or racially specific. Support is something we need to connect and bond as humans. Okay, so I think that's really important to put that out there. And, you know, as minorities, we're not asking to struggle with this. You know, this is something that we were conditioned to do over time, like you mentioned, after, you know, years of programming. You remember at the beginning of the month, we covered like how various negative core beliefs develop, you know, and some reasons why it could be difficult to ask for support or why you might believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness. It could be connected to that childhood or that environmental programming. You remember when we talked about those at the beginning of the month?
Right.
So, you know, for instance, if you grew up in an environment where your needs weren't met, right? So if you dealt with childhood abuse or neglect, you became an expert in finding ways to meet your needs on your own, right? And just because you became good at that doesn't mean that it's good.
Right.
You know, one of my consultees in our call yesterday introduced me to the term reluctant matriarch or patriarch of the family. And I was like, oh, explain to me what that means. I think she said her partner created that term, but basically it's for that person that had to operate in the role of an adult because your parents were either working or absent or emotionally disconnected, or they could have been addicted to a substance. Whatever the case may be, you had to grow up too soon. And this can make it very difficult to ask for help. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of us had to deal with that, you know, dealing with whether it was substance abuse, you had to take on the role, a motherly role. You had to become the parent to the parent and then get an opportunity to enjoy your childhood. And people wonder why, you know, Michael Jackson went through the stuff that he went through because he was robbed of his childhood, you know, and then, you know, you start trying to capture all of that stuff when you become grown, and it does have can have a negative effect on you.
Absolutely. So I'm going to break down just 3 different levels of dependence, kind of, so to speak. I think we talk a lot about codependent, right? And that's that person that's really reliant. They have problems setting boundaries. They feel responsible for other people's needs and their feelings. In the middle of that, kind of in the middle of that spectrum, we have the independent person, and that's a person that can set boundaries. They can say no. They can form their own opinions and know how they feel. But one area that we don't delve into often is the counter-dependent person. And this is a person that kind of refuses to attach. They deny their personal needs. A person that's counter-dependent, oftentimes they're addicted to activity. They feel like they have to be the strong one, or they have to be tough, and they don't need affection and support, right? So remember, like I say, too much of anything can be dysfunctional. And these categories, they're not fixed. So a person can be codependent and independent at times, and sometimes they could be counter-dependent. But I think it's important to highlight these levels, you know, of how we connect and attach, because if you believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness, you could be in that counter-dependent space. and that's not healthy either, right? So as we wrap up Minority Mental Health Month, I think it's important that we expose the lie, that asking for help is a sign of weakness, because it can really be harmful to our overall health and mental health and well-being in our communities. Like, if you believe asking for help is a sign of weakness, then you're not necessarily going to seek therapy. Right. You know what I mean? So I think it's just really important as we wrap up to expose that lie.
Well, you better break these generational curses. That's
Absolutely. That's what we doing.
Absolutely. Hey, let everybody know, how you can be reached.
Yeah, so you can find me. My website is springforthcounseling.org. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Springforth Counseling, or subscribe to my YouTube page, Yanetta Spring, or you can text the word spring to 55444 if you want to be on my mailing list and receive resources.
There it is, y'all. Every week we're going to talk about going to therapy, but Talk It Out Tuesday is not meant to be a replacement for going to see your own personal therapist, all right? So we got to start somewhere, though. So thank you so much, Yanetta. Y'all make sure y'all hit her up at springforthcounseling.org. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Yanetta Spring. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.